universe. Ladies and gentlemen of the SRG universe, the following program is scheduled for one fall. This is Talk of the Universe. Ladies and gentlemen of the SRG universe, the following program is scheduled for one fall. This is Talk of the Universe.
Hello, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Talk of the Universe. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Chibi, and joining me... Oh, Schmidt. Wake up. Wake up. Come on, buddy.
I don't want to go to school.
Show's already started.
Wait, is the show started?
Yes. Joining me is the consigliere of the SRG BOSS, Mr. Steve Rest, Mr. Brian Wait for It Schmidt. And of course, you are sleeping on the job, because why wouldn't you be sleeping on the job? We had a ridiculously long weekend this past weekend, folks.
Can I go back to sleep?
Too bad. We have a show to do, Schmidt.
Why?
Potentially we'll be joined by Jeremy Steigerwald and the boss. Otherwise, we're gonna just get rolling with your 3 Ps and your little C. That's right. Your post, your promo, and your photo of the week.
Real quick, right before after the end of the show tonight, we'll have an Underworld qualifier triad, where his Father Light will take on the Harm City Hitman and the Starbreaker.
Oh gosh, then let's get this started.
Yeah,
let's get the show on the road, Schmidt.
Fine, let's do it. Promo of the week.
My name is Matthew. I used to go by a name called the Possum King, but that guy led a different life than me. Very, very exciting. Very, very, he just did things. He had a lot of fun. But Matthew is not fun. Matthew is not fun at all. In fact, Matthew is probably one of the worst players in Super Show, and you should not draft him round 1 or round 2. Maybe round 3 if you play your cards right. But I think I'm like a 5th round superstar. You should only get me if you have to. I bring nothing to the table. I don't have any accolades worth mentioning. I don't have any past glories. I just don't do anything in this game. You should not draft me. You just definitely should not draft me round 1 or round 2. That would be a mistake. You shouldn't do that, because there are much much better people in this tournament that you should draft instead, like really, man, this is worse than the captain's list. Here we go. Here's a nerd. John Schnurr. John Schnurr. What a loser. That is just a loser name. John Schnurr. Let's see who else we have. Bob Dunn. Garbage. Good lord. They're really raising my stock in this game, aren't they? How am I going to get drafted in the third round if this is the garbage that's playing? Why me?
Right? That was
I
good.
mean, it's definitely a fun promo trying to poke fun at yourself, but I mean, he's not that bad of a player, even if he wants to think that he is.
He isn't.
Oh, and welcome, Jeremy.
What?
Yeah, I'm. You know, when you're
No,
a player,
no.
you show whatever you want.
Exactly. But Jeremy, as we heard, you're not going to make it to the Summer Olympics this year.
Make it. No, I was greatly offended that I was asked to do a promo so that people knew who I was. You know who I am. If that's what it's all about, I'm out.
I mean,
You can deal with Uberstar. I'm sure that he'll be very cooperative for whatever captain drafts him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be cooperative to anyone.
No, he's not.
no, he's not. That's why I welcome him with open arms.
Why would you do such a thing, Schmidt?
Because
Have we not noticed Brian's self-loathing and desire to punish himself?
Yes.
I mean, it's just going to get even worse.
Ah.
All right, folks. Let's go to our photo of the week.
Photo of the week comes from Titan Meltzer. Titan Meltzer.
Who?
I don't. I have no idea what that is.
It's just whatever Titan decides to make his last name last night. LFF news today. VGG reaches new levels. New champions crowned. Champions who refuse to fall. Tournament glories. Read them all on this issue of LFF news today.
Remember, they
And
let you in.
Apparently, recipes of the Deep South you can't live
I'm
without.
still waiting for that goddamn sausage gravy recipe. Still can't find page 4 or 5.
Well,
That's got him.
you're not worthy of it, obviously.
Obviously, this northerner can't be told how to make good sausage gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. On the plus side, the Southerners by and large can't make good pizza, but it is what it is.
We don't need to make good pizza.
I mean, we do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say we. I'm a Northerner.
Ah.
Yes,
Anyway.
Dustin, I get that. Dustin's DMing me in the chat. What it is. I get it, brother. I get it. Trust me.
All right.
How many
Post-
stars did you give the volleyball tournament?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Star ratings for every match in the volleyball tournament. Oh, we'll hear about that on Locals.
Yeah. All right. Post of the week.
Post of the week.
Comes from the TVA commissioner, Drew Matson.
TVA Commissioner Drew Matson says, with Trey Cantrell's win in the virtual Grand Gathering CAC yesterday, spoilers, he has cemented himself as a power player in the LFF, but this is not a shock to anyone that knows him. He has provided multiple CAC winning decks to other players and asks nothing in return. He is my co-host of Stacked Card, where we try and level the playing field of the LFF after the old guard refuses to share advice or even stream matches. He has put more time into learning and experimenting with this game than any of us. I'm so proud that he finally has a landmark win. On this past Thursday, is Expanding the Universe, the SRG boss said that the TVA has made the largest impact of any new group he can remember. And obviously, I agree. With Trey's win, that is the 4th CAC of over 30 people that the TVA has won, not counting invitationals or even the CCC. We did this by putting in hundreds of hours in tournaments in our own Discord fighting club, and it shows by how good we've become so fast. Other areas have their bright spots, obviously, but top to bottom, as it stands today, no one can take us. The homies have been there since the beginning, and we are the greatest we've ever been. I still hate tag.
No,
Thank you, Drew, for that wonderful, wonderful
Hashtag humble brag.
humble brag. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can you call it a humble brag when it's like
I mean, it's true.
not even?
Well, I mean, the nobody can take us part. I guess that depends on whether or not it's the finals of Faction Wars. But
I wasn't gonna go there.
Yeah.
Say that.
However, you know, I think actually he's right because I'm the TVA Tornado champion. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, actually I am. So that must so with that in mind, he's correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Samantha, we got a comment?
No.
Okay, no comment. All right, folks, thank you all for sending in those posts, promos, and photos. It helps us do this job and continue to do this segment. All right, going into the week that was the virtual grand gathering.
Oh my God.
Folks, we're going to put all of the title matches at the end.
Please.
Because there were so many of them.
Oh my God. It was so much that we broadcasted, so much that was live.
All right.
Yeah.
We're starting with Thursday night. Thursday night was a virtual grand gathering boss Roddy beatdown hosted by the SRG BOSS Steve Resk himself.
Yep.
We had some crazy amounts of players. 40 players in a Thursday night. Hasn't happened in years, folks. We had multiple play-in matches into New York Rules, into Ring of Fire, into Cage, into a bloodbath brawl. Our top 8. We had Candyman Dan. He didn't post who he was playing for that one.
Okay.
In 7th, we had Matt Nealon, the headband champ, as Tartan Terror. In 6th place, we had Yasmin as Pluto. In 5th place, we had Zach Atchley as Copycats. I believe B2. We'll have to double check on that. In 4th place, we had Zach.
Zach? I think it's B2. Oh.
Okay. He will let us know. In 4th place, we had Simple Chuck as the Queen of Cupcakes. In 3rd place, we had the SRG BOSS Steve Resk himself, almost winning his own event. In 2nd place, we had the Possum Kang as Dr. Mila Mai. And in 1st place, doing it for the ladies, Mr. Harvey Luster as EC3 version 1. And it was with a handshake of doom.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wowie, wow.
It happened.
Yeah, that's real interesting.
All right. After that, we had on Friday virtual grand gathering, the Super Show Cup 3, hosted by John Calais. Folks, it has been so long since we've gotten to be in a tournament ran by such a wonderful individual. But he showed his presence for 2 whole days, and we are thankful for all of it.
We are.
This event had 47 players. It had 5 or how many? What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 groups. And we went into cage matches, into Psycho Circus, into Ring of Fire, into New York Rules as the finals.
Yep.
So once again, ridiculously large tournament.
Yes.
Our top 8. We had HR as the TVA commissioner. We had Chuck as El Super Hombre. We had Matthew Gordon as Ikuzo Fox Assassin.
Ooh.
We had Rambo Apocalypse as Ariel Lipstick.
My number 1 pick.
We had which one of these got third place? Johnny Eldorado as the winning ticket. And we had Ricky Riot as Ricky Riot in 3rd and 4th place, respectively. I don't have which one of them.
I don't think they played. I don't think they played off. No.
In 2nd place as Mac Attack, John Press 1P. And in 1st place as Mr. Pop in Twist, the Italian Bombada.
That's right.
Congratulations there.
It was a very quick match after the barn burner Wolverino had with Ricky Riot in a Ring of Fire match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a ridiculous matchup, but congratulations there. Bombada joins Big Match Pete and Everett Stevens.
Yes.
As the only other 2 Super Show Cup winners. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
During that, we had a 16-man pop-up that was hosted by myself because I like to host extra events because while everyone else is having Super Show, we should have more Super Show.
How many bird cages did you run?
I did not run any. We had New York Rules into a Ring of Fire dictated by the Wheel of Pain.
Oh, uh-oh.
Our top 4, we had Norseman as Void version 1. We had Zach Ashley as someone. We had Everett Stevens as main event Brett. And in 1st place, we had the TVA commissioner as something. Because
he was playing Spencer Vance.
Spencer Vance, that's right.
Yeah,
single-handedly getting Spencer Vance added
Underworld
push forward.
Oh,
that's great.
Boy. Sorry, Bombada.
All right. Saturday, we had the 2nd events hosted by John Calais. We had Virtual Grand Gatherings create a competitor event. Folks, this one was 40 players and went 5 rounds. Thankfully, we only had to have 1 triad match to decide shenanigans, which is great.
Yeah.
Our top cut ended up with Liger's Den, into Psycho Circus, into ladder match, into what was the finals? Either way, our top 8 for that. We had Thebes as Chris Bay. We had the Grump as Jay White. We had the Centipede as Old School Cyclone. Rambo Apocalypse as Rainbow Girl V2. The Goat Brock Smith as the Goat version 2. Tim White as the Flame Fighter.
Yeah.
Chuck in 2nd place as Rah Perry. And in 1st place as OG Cyclone, Trey Cantrell, as was told a little earlier in the spoilers from our earlier posts. Congratulations, Trey, once again showing the dominance that is the TVA and dominance that is the Deep South. All right, then we had Saturday Night Rumble 6-stop spotlights. Another not on demand but pop-up event that happened throughout the week. This had no stip and ended with a main event match. In fourth place, we had Mr. Ron Rumble as Mr. Rumble. In third place, we had Hold the Line Harry as Anarchy's Son version 2. In second place, we had Carlos Lumbre as the Abominable Big Shot. And in first place, we had SRG Turtle as Jupiter.
There was no stops in that deck. I can tell you that.
There was
right
no
now.
stops in that deck, 100%. But, I mean, the Turtle getting a win during VGG weekend. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Turtle, on that win.
All right, that leads us into Sunday night. Actually, Sunday afternoon first.
Yes.
We had a TVA Virtual Grand Gathering lunch pop-up event hosted by Mr. Zach Ashley. And when I say lunch event, I mean it started at lunch and it ended at dinner.
Yep.
Because this event was ridiculous. It had a triad finals.
Oh.
In third place, taking the pin, we had Grand Pack Theo, piloted by Chris Pate. In second place, letting Pate get pinned, we had Mr. Eddie Fury as Eddie Fury. And in first place, pinning Chris Pate, we had Hold the Line Harry as Hold the Line Harry, winning with Psychocidal with the one shot 11.
Wow.
So congratulations there. Last up, we had Virtual Grand Gathering Trios, which ended Monday morning. Because, my gosh, this event was shenanigans.
I heard.
We had 15 players. We had a very, very long set of matches.
Wait, you didn't put time limits on it?
I mean, this was hosted by the Italian Bombata.
Okay.
So, we had a top 6.
Fair enough.
In 6th, we had Ricky Riot as Bug versus everyone. In 5th, we had DJ Outlaw as the first triumvirate. In 4th place, we had Ronnie Roms as the Refinery. In 3rd place, we had the SRG Big Guy as the Brony Coven. In 2nd place, Colby Cram as the Sheepish Inquisition. And in 1st place, bringing the Thinky and the Brain trio, Big Bad Bobby D. Bob Dunn winning the Sunday event of Virtual Grand Gathering.
Yep.
Congratulations there.
Congrats, Bob. Well deserved.
Whew. All right.
You want me to take this one?
No, yeah. I mean, I have it. We had Monday Night Fights Tornado. This was a free event that was technically a continuation of the after party of Virtual Grand Gathering.
Yeah.
We had 18 teams playing in that.
Yes.
We had a top 8. Our top 8, the GOAT Brock Smith as Law and Paul. We had Titan as BTE. Big Bad Bobby D as Stinky and the Brain. Zach actually, once again, not saying who he played. Who did he play?
He played
Ariel.
He played Ariel. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Shaggy.
In 4th place, we had the Italian Bombata as
Brain Power.
Something.
Brain Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 3rd place, Dangerous Dylan Bias as Samian Madman Fulton.
Ooh.
2nd place, Colby Cram as Philadelphia. And in 1st place, the TVA Commissioner as Final Form Dick Thunderlips. Congratulations there.
Congratulations. So me and Drew will have a number 1 contenders match for the LFF Tornado Championship at some point this month. Take on the Reverend Good Prince. That is the Commissioner's final form. Yes.
Folks, I don't even need to say it,
You do.
but Deep South reigns supreme this Virtual Grand Gathering.
I'm going back to sleep. Here we go.
Okay.
Going back to sleep. Well, no, you need to stay awake because you need to talk about Dojo that just happened.
Oh. All right, Dojo. We had myself, the Italian Bobata, Mr. Kalachi Cup 2025, your Player of the Year 2024, and Mr. 100 of Faction Wars taking on the masses, and we batted 500. Wasn't too bad. Cards go on sale is as follows: Arcade Addict Aaron, Lucha Mode, the New Mortician, and Lord Graves. Those are your 4 cards that are on sale right now on SuperShareTheGame.com. You'll be able to see it as soon as the page loads up. You batted 1,000, I know, but we count as a team, Bombada. Count as a team. Like you and me are a team in Daria's tag team event.
All right, Schmidt.
Yeah.
Let's go over every single one of the title matches that happened this past
All
week.
right, let's get this proper and started. We start off Wednesday night with the Hardcore Championship as the Italian Bombada took on. Who did he fight? I'm blanking right now. I apologize. This weekend was so rough.
Norseman, sadly, there is no Deep South transfer. I have been outvoted on that.
That means we keep. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right.
We'll be in touch.
Let me bring the scene. All right. Wednesday night, the Kind Guy took on the Italian Bobada. The Italian Bobada took the win over the Kind Guy. Continue to be his reign as hardcore champion. We had a trios title as Rayon Piercer took on Sean Loeb. Sean Loeb running leg. Rayon Piercer running just business. Crown Mirror won. One of the quickest trios matches I've ever seen. That was old school. Sorry. Your winner and new LFF Trios champion, Mr. Sean Loeb. Finally, that man has a trios belt. It's about damn time. Friday night before the Friday night event, hardcore title, as the Italian Bombada took on the GOAT in a Psycho Circus match. And this was not in favor at all of the once in a generation, generational talent. Your winner, Crown Meter 1. Still hardcore champion, the Italian Bombada. Whew. All right. Saturday, we had a whole mess of matches, starting off at 10 a.m. with the Military Gauge, which is your birdcage for the LFF Veterans title. And at Max Crowd Meter, your winner and new LFF Veterans champion, the Foreman. He's your new Veterans champion. Their next challenger is the Mad Custodian. And I have their next challenger after that lined up, so it's going to be fun. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, following the CAC, we had the LFF Tag Team titles on the line as Cramming Up Your Gas took on some people who really, 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 really love tag. Some real beaters. But it wasn't, the only beating that was happening was, like Cramming Up the Gas taking out the real beaters. Your winners, it's still LFF Tag Team Champions, Cramming Up Your Gas. Following that, in a very, very close match, almost had a title change. 22s are killers in Tornado, folks. Robert the Brain Dunn took on Jason Poisson. Corner Office taking on what is Twisted Aggression. And Jason had a nice little spurt there, got to a finish, rolled a 20, but that 22 on that Tornado title is just really, 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 really good. Your winner and still LFF Tornado champion is Robert the Brain Dunn. And then finally, the main event of the night, the LFF World Heavyweight Championship, as your champion, Dan Hughes, as Ikuzo Fox, took on Simon Davner, who got Loudmouth Leo into the World's Division. And man, this was a great match. But Simon dominated the turn rolls. Simon did it. Dan had an 11. You only rolled the 11 about 3 times. While on a Crowd Mirror 0, 10 Party Trick, your winner and new LFF World Heavyweight Champion, Simon Davner. Well deserved. That man deserves that belt. Congratulations to my good friend Simon. Sunday, as if we had any more titles to defend, the Underworld Championship was defended as Javi Lester for the ladies, taking on Simple Chuck. I'm getting to it in a second. Can we, please? I didn't know about the Tri-State or the Deep South, so that was not done on the normal show. I know. Deep South.
Yes. Just to be fair, I am not talking about the Deep South. He's not talking about the Tri-State, and we're not talking about the Midwest Coast.
Nope. Harvey Lester taking on Simple Chuck. Harvey Lester, the champion, as Scott Prime, taking on Simple Chuck as Night Terror, and Crowd Meter Zero winner. And was it on the? Oh yeah, it was.
Trent doesn't
it was
even remember.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get to it. Bobata, can you not mess me up for one minute, please? Oh my god! I'm trying to do this from memory, and you have to. Harvey
Well,
Lester.
that's bits.
Well, I didn't say it. I have the here. Anyway, back on track. Your winner and new LFF Underworld Champion, Mr. Three Belted, Mr. Simple Chuck. Praise be. And then at 2 p.m., in probably one of the longest and probably a phenomenal match to finish off the virtual Grand Gathering, Bob Dunn took on Colby Cram in what could be like a clinic in Super Show. This match went for about an hour or so, and this was just phenomenal plays back and forth. It was chess. It was 3D chess. Colby and Bob were playing 3D chess. But unfortunately, Crowd Meter 3, I believe it was, your winner and new United States champion, Colby Cram, the chosen one. Brock Smith is ecstatic with this win. And then, finally, in between the top cut and the rounds of Swiss during the CAC, you get the Tri-State title defense as the Penguin, as the Nightmare King, took on Carlos Lumbre, playing as El Hombre Cybernetico. And Taylor didn't roll any of his tens. Taylor barely rolled any agility. It was a phenomenal match, but Carlos dominated this match like he normally does in most matches. Friends put friends through tables. But your winner and new LFF Tri-State champion and well-deserved Mr. Carlos Lumbre, El Ring General. That means all the Tri-State gold is in New Jersey, folks. Get it out of there. Please. Did I miss anything?
All right.
Bombada, did I miss anything?
I don't think you missed.
I don't. Move on.
All right. After that, we have locals reports, because even though we were having virtual Grand Gathering, we still had locals going on, folks. Roll that footage.
LFF Universe, this is Practice Site Jeremy Steigerwald with your locals report for the week of May the 28th, 2025. Let me go through and look at all the locals reports that we got. Really? That's it. Oh boy! Okay, we have one report, and I don't even want to do this. You know what? Come to think about it, I do want to do this because you deserve it. You, the people, definitely deserve it for not sending me any locals reports. From Tennessee, somewhere in the woods, it was Mission Locals. That's right. You let them in, people, by not sending me locals reports. So we have locals reports for Mission Weekend. There was a very prestigious tournament that's held every year, won last year by Father Light and the Keeper of the Light. That's right, it's the Mission Volleyball Tournament. Father Light and the Keeper of the Light defending the Mission Volleyball Championship, probably making them the #1 contenders to the Midwest Coast Tag Team Championship. If they wanted a slightly less prestigious championship, they could go for that. But they are the Mission Volleyball champions. So congratulations to Father Light and Keeper of the Light. However, we actually had Super Show tag team action for the Mission Tag Team Championship. The Protectors of the Light taking on Elder Dan and Wrench Monkey. Young, smart, and financially stable. That would be a great matchup. And the Protectors of the Light coming out on top, defeating Elder Dan and Wrench Monkey to become the Mission Tag Team Champions. And if a championship is only as good as the competition in it, that's a pretty good championship right there. And then the main event, Father Light's Bump, Flip, and Drink the Kool-Aid Championship. Father Light and the Keeper of Light retaining the Bump, Flip, and Drink the Kool-Aid Championship. That is a long-running championship. Kool-Aid only recently introduced, but I don't want to know. So remember, you let them in. I didn't do it. You did it. So let's go back to talk.
Well,
Wait, hold, Jeremy, did you let them in?
What? No, I explicitly. Did you not hear
Yes.
anything I just said?
he said he didn't let him in. You let him in.
I didn't let them in.
Right. Well, obviously you did.
Mhm.
Okay, can we need a confirmation on the Frenchness of the mission.
You just got it. Like literally, that was the whole locals report because nobody sent me locals except the mission.
Well,
Anyway, regardless of who let who in, we now have the Mission Volleyball Championship being probably the 4th or 5th most prestigious tag team championship in the LFF. So what is next in looking forward?
Well, that was all of Week in Review.
that was week in review.
That's
buddy.
what is next in looking forward, being next, as in not what just happened.
Looking forward.
Origins.
Tomorrow.
God, sorry.
Yeah, skipping out on tomorrow, Schmidt.
He said
Hey.
tomorrow Origins.
All right.
Brian Smith says tomorrow is Origins.
Origins is happening tomorrow, folks.
You better
I'm going
get
to
to Columbus.
Yeah, okay.
Run!
Folks, CB's Thursday Night Fights number 194.
Live from Origins.
Live from Origins, apparently.
I hate you guys.
We love you, Brian.
Platonically.
Platonically.
Post hasn't been put up on the SRG website yet. It will hopefully be put up sometime either tonight or tomorrow. We'll wait and see. But I have announced for that a Beast Unchained is happening in the MI finals, which to the one other person that knows 100% what I'm going to be doing after that, it is going to be a submission match. Because yes, the Italian Babata is right. I have a favorite combo of matches, and it is Beast Unchained into submission matches.
Who would want to walk into a submission like that?
Well, I'll tell you.
I
who
would if I was
want to
using my
walk
character.
into it. Underworld competitors and below.
Oh,
So no heavyweight players this week.
wow. That's
What?
kinda
I
cool.
do these all the time, Schmidt.
I know you.
But folks, be ready to have some fun. Definitely not as many things on the line as were at Virtual Grand Gathering. There will still be the promo cards that will be for the first, second, and third place, and a few extra prizes as well.
Also, be prepared. Grand Pack Theo's coming. Anyway,
Maybe. Who knows? Pate might take a week off after all the pain
I mean,
of
he didn't
getting
show up for
hit
Tornado.
by
so-
Psychocidal by Hold the Line Harry.
No.
Okay, folks, the other large event that we have to look forward to in 2 weeks is the player draft for the 2025 SRG Olympics.
Correct.
That's going to be right after Talk of the Universe, and immediately following it will be the rolling competitor draft. After everyone knows of exactly whose team you're going to be on. So It's gonna be crazy that night, folks.
Oh,
There's gonna be no title matches that night. There better not be title matches.
There's no title matches in 2 weeks. Absolutely not. No. The player draft will be broadcast.
Oh gosh.
Here's my number 1 pick.
Listen, you got right now. If any captain drafts me, I'm not going to listen to a word you say. I'm just going to do whatever I want. That is all.
I mean, Uberstar's usually right when he does whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's true. Jeremy let him do whatever he wants for how long now? So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Anyway, the draft.
I mean, have you tried to keep a luchador under control? It's ridiculously hard.
He's been training my son. He's been training James for the last 2.5 years.
And do you know what he's been training him in?
Yes.
Hopscotch.
Is it hopscotch?
He's been training him how to hopscotch.
No, my kid doesn't have ups.
Well, he will after he's done with his training.
Okay.
Hopscotch is just one of many grueling training exercises.
Thank you, Uberstar.
Thank you. But yeah, we will have the player draft here live on Talk Universe. Following that will be the competitor draft between the captains, and we'll have Paul Reno come on probably the week before to go through everything as well too. He's posted it in the discussion
So
group.
next week.
Next week, yes. Next week we'll have John Paul Reno, your player of the era, join us on Talk Universe just to go over what's going to be happening with the Olympics. But this is going to be fun. Chibi, you're in it, right?
I am in it. Yes. So I mean, Paul Trejo is in it. So my human avatar. So it's going to be very entertaining.
Is Paul Trejo just like a robot that you get in his head and can like control him?
No, you remember Men in Black, the little alien?
That's exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
yes.
okay, that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. I guess.
Okay. So how do you explain me?
I don't explain you.
Okay.
We actually transform you into a chibi. That's why it's always so painful for you.
It's always
We're actively breaking every bone in your body every time we transform you into this.
Yeah.
That's why he feels real pain, folks, every time you hit him with things.
Wait, no, what are you doing? Don't
I'm not
do
doing
it,
anything.
folks. Don't do it. Ow! What the hell? Ow! 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 Are you done?
Why antagonate them even more, shit? All right. You really should have kept it up for an extra second. All right.
All right.
Folks, that's what we have to immediately look forward to.
Yep. And then Sunday night.
We do
fights.
also have, Origins Game Fair, June 18th to the 22nd. That is in, 3 weeks from now?
The week of the 17th. Yeah, 3 weeks away.
Okay.
Don't worry. This is just how we see if anybody's actually paying attention to the stream.
Yeah.
Power went out for Jeremy.
Yep. What the hell, Jeremy? Sunday night.
There we go.
Sunday night fights right now is only the spider presentation of the move ups, move downs, Robert Frank Dunn. I don't know if Jeremy John Place will be joining us, but the spider presentation will be live. Any other updates for matches or anything, please stay tuned to the discussion group. I'm actively working getting stuff booked now. Failing Rainbow, he threw a beer can at me. My name is.
I mean, you're the one that put a beer can as one of the things you can get hit by. It's not his fault.
And then Monday night, tomorrow on Expanding Universe, we'll have Mr. Ron Rumble join us. He has a couple things we're going to do. And then on June 12th, I can confirm that we will have the Starbreaker on Expanding Universe.
What time?
11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. We'll make sure that it hasn't changed a few times throughout the course of the night. Much later.
All right. You're ready. Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring in real quick the greatest American of all time. My good.
I'm already here.
Jeremy. The SRG BOSS, Mr. Steve Ress. Hi, boss.
For the love of God and Schmidt, you got to get this right. It's the Gowel, the greatest American who ever lived. All right, I'm counting on you. Counting on you to do a simple task. Introduce me the right way, folks. Everybody here watching live on Twitch, I apologize wholeheartedly that you had to just sit through what you just sat through for the past half hours, folks. Oh my God. We had a Handshake of Doom win one of the biggest events of all time. We get Handshake of Doom, end of the match. Move on to the next thing. Let's recap the match between your former face of the year, Mr. Le Penguin, and Mr. El Hombre Cybernetico. El Hombre Cybernetico dominated a great match. Which one was it, guys? Which one was it? Did he dominate or did they have a great match? I don't know. I want to cover the real important things this week. A lot of things up in the air. Yes, I did get hurt. I'm overall very much so okay. I think at the end of the day, Chris Page is offensively apocalypsing me over and over again when he has 3 cards in play and I have 1 is just soul crushing. Okay, I think it played a huge role in destabilizing my whole central nervous system. I don't know what's going on. It was absolutely brutal. All right, but I am good. I'm on my feet for most of the day, which sounds like it would be contradictory to what's going on, but it has me feeling a lot better. I'm going to try to stick to this throughout the week. As Schmidt mentioned, Expanding the Universe will be taking place tomorrow. We'll be here. We have the Starbreaker. Congratulations on the Starbreaker for getting himself a CAC win. This is a former #1 pick in the Super Show Olympics, which is coming up. I'll talk a little bit about that as soon as I can. Big question coming up. Ladder deck. It is in the works. Val is finishing up 1, maybe 2 characters. I got to double check the list, but I know it's at least 1. When that is done, I will get with Val. We will start doing all the content create forms, and we will get you to select your card numbers based on your backer order. Okay.
So what you're saying is it's getting up there one step at a time.
Very good. Well played, Jeremy. Well played. That's why we need more of you on the show, all right? We need more Mr. Steigerwald. That was very, very well done. I will reach out to everybody individually. Just right now, there's a lot of things going on, especially in the warehouse with the Grand Gathering, and we have a lot of projects we're working on. There's no real rush. You have locked in your spot. I have your number, and you guys will be able to pick when we get closer. There are some really exciting projects going on. As I had mentioned, we are going to do a box set with Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. I have some spoilers for Brian Myers. If Mr. Schmidt has not spoiled them yet, we'll do that very, very shortly. Other things that I'm excited to announce is, again, Super Show Olympics. This is one of the biggest events that we've created recently. It went over very, very well. And I've spoken to some of the captains, some of the people involved. I know that there are brand new players who have barely played Super Show joining in this year. I would like to remind everyone what the purpose of the Super Show Olympics was. That is for you to get together with people you normally do not get together with. Make some friends, help out some less experienced players, even brand new players, teach them the ropes. That is really the message of this. If you want to try to build a super team, absolutely go for it. But let's try to show some love to the new players here. Get them involved. Let's not be in a position where we'll be like, he's our weakest player, so we're going to give him the worst character. Let him fall on his face. No, we want to build each other up. We want to form a great team, and we want to get the job done. I am very excited. I do not know my status for the Olympics. I'll tell you guys right now. I do not know. I'm signed up to participate. I may or may not participate. I know a lot of people would like me to participate. It will be a ton of fun. I look forward to it. However, I just don't know if I'm able to play via standing setup. Okay? These are things that are up in the air for me right now. I do not know what's going to happen. However, if I do not play in the Olympics, I'm happily give up my spot to somebody, and I hope you guys have an absolute blast with that. I have mentioned creative content. There's a lot of amazing options right now. We have the ladder deck. We have the Grand Pack characters. We also have the Bob Wire cards. So this is all stuff that'd be very, very cool to work with. There is a very good chance that if you are doing a barbed wire card, it may be featured in the Cardona Kickstarter to some degree. We were going to announce for the first time ever there will be a death match crowd meter, very fitting, having the death match king in it. So I am going to build a. Right now, it's looking like the tables deck, but as I take a look at the table deck, there are some things that are just a little too janky for me to mass publish this way. I wanted to put something that's very thematic to the death match, so I'm going to move some cards around and stuff. So barbed wire cards might find their way into the deck. Should be super fun. What else do I have to cover? Robert the Brain done. Kobe Cram took what was rightfully mine. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to say it right there. You know, my man Brian Schmidt, supposed to have my back. The biggest feud of the year between me and Robert the Brain Dunn, seems upset that Kobe Cram won the title. I can only think it's because he wanted me to do it myself. That was it. He's not upset that the brain went down. He's upset that I didn't get to get my hands and wrap them around Robert the Brain Dunn's big old head just one last time. That's it, Schmidt. That's got to be the only reason, right? You couldn't possibly be cheering on Robert the Brain.
Makes sense to me.
Can't be. Yeah.
Only reason.
I agree. That's got to be.
Also, but really, isn't the biggest feud of the year Steve Rex versus Brian Schmidt?
No, that's a burial. How's that a feud of the year? It's crazy.
Like the
He's
burial
Arab.
happened Saturday.
There's got to be some
afternoon,
sort of
yeah,
back and
right?
forth. He's got to get over on me once in a while, you know, for it to be up there.
If
So I don't
get a
know.
word in, I
When
could.
that day comes.
This leaves me in disarray. I will tell you right now, I allocated our shots with General Manager John Calais.
You did?
I hope he gives us everything that we asked for. He has not signed off on it yet. I don't know if I mentioned where we were at, but I want everybody on the crime wave to get 2 title shots. And to make that happen, Place signs off on it. I'm giving out 2 triad shots.
Which 2 of you, by the way, are going to be challenging for the Mission Volleyball Tag Team Championship?
Nobody wants any part of that. This is disgusting. It's a slap in the face that these guys got together on virtual Grand Gathering weekend. Not a work. That's total shoot. Horrible. Shame on you. Shame. Everybody's thinking it. I have the nerve to say it out loud. Absolute shame. Total disaster. Speaking of total disasters and triad championships, I have Brang the Hammer down, and I have announced that I had a 1 week prior to the Grand Gathering cutoff for my triad tournament.
Yep.
And some people were not able to make it, so I have decreed that the next triad match will be the GOAT Brock Smith versus the original player of the era, John Press 1P, and the TVA chiropractor, Mr. Paul Myrtle. That will be our next triad match. I will get that scheduled as soon as possible. Where does that leave Mr. Chris Tapley? Well, I'll tell you where. We are going to book Sunday. Sunday you said was good, right, Schmidt?
Sunday's good.
Told me Sunday's good.
Sunday's good.
I will pick 2 challengers to be challenged for that on Sunday. Be ready. Be prepared. Don't have a deck that's a current world champion or any title, and you may be in that triad match. So be prepared.
Okay.
That will happen on Sunday. The winner of that triad match will be a future triad contender alongside the hidden threat, Matt Haas.
Oh.
All right? So Press 1P, chiropractor, GOAT Brock Smith. Some people are upset. They felt that Chris Tapley is being punished. This is by no means a punishment. We're keeping the ball rolling. Chris did not lose his opportunity. He has 2 different opponents. I'll tell you what. There are very few combinations of people that are worse matchup than John Press 1P and the chiropractor. If anything, I gave this guy a gift. He doesn't have to go up against the chiropractor and Press 1P. He's got to go up against 2 randos that are ready on a Sunday night. Could be a cakewalk for him. We'll see how that goes. That is going to go down on Sunday. Any other things I need to cover? All your Grand Gathering orders have gone out. In most cases, I threw a good amount of promos and pricing into your orders. I think personally, I feel like it was pretty generous. We got a lot of new stuff, a lot of power cards, a lot of random stuff, a lot of prize card arts that are limited to 150. I hope everybody enjoys what they got for the virtual Grand Gathering. I think it was a huge success.
Okay.
What's going on?
There is a
Folks.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, I just saw that. Thank you. We do have tournaments up now on supershowthegame.com for Thursday night, and the special UCW tribute to the tribute to the Brave. UCW proudly presents Tribute to the Brave, a special event dedicated to honoring the United States service members who gave their lives in the lifeline of duty. In reverence to their sacrifice, this one-night only spectacle will showcase matches exclusively featuring underworld competitors and below. A reminder that greatness often rises from the ground up. Expect fierce competition, raw passion, and warriors fighting not just for victory, but for honor. Join us as we pay tribute through the power of combat and storytelling, proving that their courage echoes in every strike, every chant, and every bell rung. This will be the 31st, 7:30 p.m. start time. Zoom opens at 7:30. Event starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Final stip will be TLC. 30-minute time limit for everything. After you hit the 30-minute time limit, it goes to crowd meter 5.
That is hosted by our current veterans champion. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have anything else to cover in my whirlwind of 2 minutes here?
Yes.
Projects coming up. First of all, before I get to the project, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that was involved with MomoCon during the virtual Grand Gathering. Yeah. Looks like you guys did a fantastic job. Bunch of people joining the discussion group. I mean, I really appreciate that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That was all Sean Carter. It was his idea. He got it put in the MomoCon schedule so that it was published, and so people showed up for it. He then won the MomoCon championship in a triad match against myself and Chris Longmouth.
Nice. That was a mouthful of a last name, but you know.
He's a Titan Legacy Wrestling guy.
Very, very cool. All right. So the projects that we have coming up, we have for the first time, we're going to look to go to GameFound for Super Lucha. So I'm hoping, we've been working really hard on a second page where people can order a late backing pledge. This is something that they offer. So people who missed out on the Kickstarter, they could back via GameFound. It's basically a late pledge, essentially all it is. Gives people a second opportunity of doing it. However, because of the tariff situation that we navigated through, there's a very limited amount of decks on this. You know, we only have what we ordered and the gap. So this is going to be pretty limited. You know, only a few hundred box sets. I think a very low amount of the custom playmats. So we're hopeful this goes well. Don't know what to expect. Realistically, if we sell out of playmats and there are 80 new backers, huge success. Again, kind of going in there with nothing to expect. But if you know people who might be interested in backing, you know, Super Lucha, who didn't get the opportunity the first time around, there will be some tiers up there for them to get. Again,
by all means, tell me where the people are who are backing the Super Lucha. Give me the home addresses. That is all.
As soon as that is done and functioning, we're going to work on the second solo mode deck, which is featuring that man that we just spoke to, the Lucha Maniacal Uberstar, and Evil Ed. The deck list is comprised of the people who had backed via Super Lucha, so that's pretty exciting. I'd say that's about 80% complete at the moment. The big things that I'm missing are Evil Ed and the Uberstar design. The artwork for most of the Uberstar tiles is finished. We also will be working on a tutorial video for solo mode, as that's something brand new. So we're pretty excited for that. Big shout out to Ron Rumble, who had filmed one initially, and it was a huge asset in us, you know, designing a new video for that. So I'm excited on that front. Eddie Mort has been messaging me pretty consistently. He's got so much art, so much ideas. He just did another project that he launched. You can check it out on his YouTube page, featuring some of the Super Show characters. A pretty awesome thing that I found out today. Yeah. We're officially on, I believe, the Mucha Lucha Wikipedia page.
Oh,
which is pretty exciting. Somebody had mentioned that to me. Yeah, that's pretty big. You know, you made it when you're on the Wikipedia page somewhere, is what I've been told. So that's going to be up on GameFound. We also have, if you're not following, please help us follow the Cardona versus Brian Myers box set. I would say we're about 2 months out on release of that. Gives us plenty of time to fulfill the things that we have in the beginning. We are still going to be running in tandem with WrestleMania. I believe they're scheduled for July, end of July. I think it was like.
For the sake of clarity, by release, you mean the launch of the Kickstarter, correct?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I know some people had some concerns about things overlapping, and there should be very little overlap with the timeline that we have set up.
There you go.
As I mentioned, everything, our playmats, our foils, our box sets, everything has been ordered and are getting packed up and printed and shipped. Everything is in motion. And it seems like we're on schedule to deliver as promised. So that should give us either a very small space of overlap or none at all. I'm obviously hoping for none at all. So once the Cardona set is done, I mean, that's pretty much ready to go. It's all about us building a really beautiful page. And I've gotten the okay from Matt Cardona today to kind of snip any sort of cool, GIFs or memes and video clips of him and use them for the video packages and stuff like that. So that's pretty exciting. We'll be giving Brian Schmidt another job this week that I think he'll be happy to do.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you're going to throw the Grand Gathering promo where he told Brian that, never mind.
That actually is not a bad idea.
Really?
In all seriousness, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, listen, we would omit some of it out.
Obviously.
But, I don't know. How do you think people would here's a word from Matt Cardona? And he just, tells us how much he appreciates us overweight nerds like myself. So that'll be up and running, hopefully in about 2 months or so. Obviously our follow account is really, really big. So please, help us out where you can with that. Is there anything I need to touch on? I know there've been a lot of messages that I did not get to touch on.
Any questions in the chat?
All right. Well, let them get some questions going. Pull up the Brian Myers spoilers.
Yes. I'm excited for this one. All right. The video Cardona. No, we're not putting that up. Sorry, Bavada. You're not getting over on this. Anyway. First one up is the face card. When your opponent hits a card, if they do not have another card with the same move type in play, draw one card.
Okay.
This gimmick just screams Chris Pate, and I'm not sure if this is a good thing. It's just
Still using the old text over here. Opponent over target.
no, and we're using the correct one. So somebody please explain to the guy who's supposed to know the rules the difference between the two terms.
It is not a targeted effect. Anybody who hits a card against him would have that happen.
We want Jeremy. Player of the year right there, baby. So when your opponent hits another move type, it's a very important distinction, something that we've messed up in the past on some gimmicks. But move type meaning strike, grapple, or submission. So if your opponent plays all three, you might get 3 cards out of it. Pretty good. Yeah.
It's good defense against people who insist on rainbowing.
Yes, it is. And, maybe when we spoil the complete Matt Cardona, you will see why they're a great matchup in the box sets. Next one up, the Heat-Seeking Elbow.
I have the sub finish up, but I'll strike up. Yeah.
All right, sub finish, the Roster Cutter, which is a cut card, which is kind of cool when you get to the death match. Death match will have a win condition with cuts in there. So that's a cool little happy accident, in the words of Bob Ross. We also have the Major Spear. You have this one. This one is, made some head split. Still subject to get more powerful, but this is where we're at right now. +1 to your 9. Your opponent gets 1 breakout roll this turn. So it is a Circle of the Sun, right? Not really. For each move type they have in play, they get 1 additional breakout roll, +2, right? So this is the tech with this character is your opponent can try to play all 3 types to not have a Circle of the Sun, or they could stay in one lane and risk getting hit with the Major Spear. So I think that's a really solid card overall. And I've noticed that the Finish Grapple is missing the little blue icon, so I'll fix that in real time. And then the Heat-Seeking Elbow. No tricks really in 86 here. +3 to agility, +1 to strike. Draw 1 card for each move type your opponent has in play. So kind of mirrors the Finish Grapple in an adverse way.
This is a simple character that would be good for demos.
Very good, right? So that is Cardona. I think he is excellent. That is Myers, rather.
Yeah.
I think he's excellent. I think he's going to have a very good power level. I think especially some cool strategies where he might be an absolute removal monster. You know, constructed, he might be a real beast to deal with. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see this in action. There you go. Major Spear updated.
Time for those offensive apocalypses again, because boy, that sure is a character that sports them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see a little bit more of like Unchained Wizardry and so on and so forth, things of that nature going forward. So I think that
Ace Crusher
would be really great. Yeah. Speaking of a little deck tech, a little saucy sauce that we've got going on. I remember having a conversation with our player of the year, Mr. Jeremy Steigerwald. Why do you run the Ace Crusher over the other options? And I'm like, they could just APOC it. He's like, yeah, but you play it after they APOC. And I was just like, oh, that makes a ton of sense. So sometimes when you look at things a little differently, you don't really get to see the true power of them. And I thought that was really brilliant play by Mr. Jerry Steigerwald. It reminded me of one of the cards from the stipulation packs where I'm like, this one is not that good. You know, because it doesn't rainbow the way you want. And Polka was like, yeah, but if they stop that one, they put a submission in play and it turns on your neck breaker. And I was like, oh, that is interesting. You know, so it does. There are some different ways to look at it from different angles. And that was one of them where I was immediately sold on the fact that you can use some removal hate. For example, what is the 17 that does that? Pineapple Slam?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was always
but you have to have a lead in play. I like the Ace Crusher line because if you get in everybody's in the pass Barry, and you or both of you are relying on APOCs to not get hit with finishes, well, obviously you wouldn't throw an APOC after you got the Ace Crusher, but you get the Ace Crusher out there and that's out the window, or whichever of the line you choose, and it's a lead.
Yeah, it jumps you right ahead.
It's a lead.
So we have some things coming up in a few weeks. We have Origins Game Fair. We also have Southern Fried. The LEO should be on shortly. I'm sure he can field some of your questions that you guys have about the events. I don't think he's going to be absent as much as people think he is. Let him field all those questions whenever he's ready to chat about that. Another thing that's on our radar, this is looking way forward. Okay? We have an opportunity. Super Shirley Game has been invited to High Spots and Ringside Collectibles is running an event in Jersey, in your neck of the woods.
What's that?
But it is the same weekend of Origins, which I apologize, as Gen Con. I don't know if that's what major pay-per-view that is.
SummerSlam.
I was going to say SummerSlam, but it felt like it was too late to be SummerSlam. But yes, you are correct. They have offered us a table space and at the closing of the show, the ability to do an event in the after hours of the hall.
Oh.
Which I said that we would love to do. I do not want to give the guy any sort of misinformation. He loves Super Show himself. The owner of that company actually does play. He really loves the game. He wants to help promote it where he can. I have told him that I want to, send some feelers out to the community. I'm sure that there are a lot of people on the East Coast that are not going to Gen Con and would love to do the event. However, I don't want to promise him 25 people will show up and everybody's going to Gen Con. So if you are watching this, and there'll be some more posts as we get closer to it, SummerSlam weekend in New Jersey. I will get you the exact locations and everything as we get a little bit closer. There is going to be the possibility of a Super Show event alongside, Ringside Collectibles and High Spots. for one of their like autograph meet and greet shows. We've done this on a small scale one time many years ago out in Vegas, and it was an absolute blast. We were very, very small at that point, but we really had an amazing time. And to think that we might have them actually helping pushing and promoting it, it could be really, really amazing. So again, if it is something you're interested in going to, please let me know. I'll help make arrangements to set it up. I just don't want to make any false promises. If you really get one shot at a good first impression, I was very open with him that it's Gen Con weekend, and that's like the Super Bowl of gaming. So we're gonna talk it through over the next couple of weeks and see where we're at.
Okay.
All righty. Any questions from the chat?
Nope, just excitement.
Yeah.
Got a couple excited people that are around the area. All right. What else do we have?
We have a triad match coming up. ETU tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No Slaylenton. I will not pick up the phone at 2 a.m.
You are.
All right, very, 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 very quickly before your match, I think we have time. We're going to do our deck of the week.
Yes. Let's do
That
it.
is from the Italian Bombada.
Heard of him.
This is the balloon bending, fun sending, hero
I have it
making,
already,
challenge,
Steve.
rotating,
Sorry,
true
not
entertainer
saying.
of the wrestling world, Mr. Pop and Twist. Interesting. I was in the Zoom room for this event. I said if I was a gambling man, I would have bet a ton of money on Mac Attack in this finals, man. I mean, the stipulation at the end shakes it up, but Chris Pagillo has been able to pull squash matches off on Press 1P in some pretty high-profile matches. We saw 1 year back.
I believe he's up to 656 of them. Is that correct?
I mean, we're talking, it was Immortal Warrior versus Grim Candice playing for the memorial of Matt Stevens, and Horse had to win 2-0, and I think he schoolboyed him turn 1 and then beat him in like 3 turns 2 right after. I mean, P got his redemption after he tricked him into beating him for the world title. So we definitely have a good rivalry between two friends. All right, your deck of the week here. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because it's kind of hard to see where we're at.
I'll show you. I'll go right now. 1 is Cosmic Smash. 2 is Chain Wrestling. 1 through 6 minus the 2.
I love
is,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 1 through 6, you have the cage stops. These are obviously very good for a couple reasons. Hand size advantage, hand size knowledge. Also, Mr. Pop and Twist dies to a cage in a lot of ways because his gimmick is not as powerful. So having this ability to have an effect in the cage is very, very good play. I happen to love a chain wrestling card. In any sense, 9 to a 10 is sweet. It's extra sweet when you're Mr. Pop and Twist.
10.
I think it's like a game changer for me. I mean, a lot of people are kind of reluctant to use these. I think that they're very, very powerful cards, and having 2 10s, in this case 3 10s, is awesome.
And the right characters, they're backbreakers.
Yes.
Like I'm 100% running Test of Strength and Lauren Santiago. I can't imagine not running chain wrestling and Pop and Twist.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Elbow shot. I'm still not on team elbow shot. I'm team forearm shot. To each their own. I've been in too many situations where I want those 4 cards, man. But again, proven time and time again to be one of the best cards ever. Flip the Bird. This is really interesting. Good meta call. I guess if you're not going to be running, you can't really go too wrong with this. This is basically like your 5 is an 8, your 6 is a 9, and then you have 3 10s and a 12, like or some math like that. So definitely.
And then you're protected against if stops and spotlights in one shot. You don't have to run one of those entrances. As long as that's out, you're not worried about any of that.
Yeah, it's a great meta call. It's on paper. Some people might not think it's great, but I think this is an awesome call. Obviously,
These cards are amazing.
One a big. Yeah, what I'm saying, like on paper, somebody might run like a takedown to draw 2 or something, right? He's making the call to be protective against other stuff instead of just going all in on the card draw. iconic
And you look at
performance.
the
Any non-local report where these Deep South guys could show up, I think you need one of these here. Knee lift. I think this was a pretty awesome call. A lot of people like to do brawling and punching line, but this is just a clean 2 cards. Works really great with the gimmick. Getting over, obviously that combo is awesome. Raise the dead. Overwhelming fire. I mean, that's some pressure right there. How much stuff does he have? Direct retrieval. Friendly draw at 14. That's nice. 15, the end is near. That's whenever I see that card, it's like this is because Big Bad Bobby D is in the event, and you got to go through him. Eternal Contact. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna knock it. Deck wins. To me, I don't see where Eternal Contact fits in this deck. If I'm going all in on the cage, I might do Steel City Showdown, but again, Horse won the Clays Cup. I didn't make the cut. Probably know something I don't. Crowd pleaser, awesome equalizer. I mean, you do not want to have no gimmick when Mr. Pop and Twist is 310s, is all I'm saying. Cravat.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Some fierce card draw, right? I guess can't really complain about that, right? Draw one, bury one off the bat. If you
all right,
have
I'm mad. No, that needs to be a swinging full Nelson. How dare you?
Swinging full Nelson draws for each submission.
But I'm on
Oh
it.
no, it's the same thing, right?
It's the same thing, but it's me on the art.
Yeah.
This
Dragon
is the
Gate
worst.
Crash.
This is the worst deck I've ever seen.
19, 20,
Dragon Gate
21.
Crash across the board.
All
Yep.
cage C1 stop ones.
Dude, this is mean. Fleecing the flock.
Yep.
Backpack Stunner, which is protected against what he's really weak against, and Triangle Stretch, man. That's mean. I mean, your gimmick is on. Every one of your finishers is 310s. I mean, this guy's not trying to make any friends. I like this spread here. Rabbit out of the hat. You're super weak on grapple stops, so you're not going to get anything cute here. I think that's a great call. Fighting the dog. I think that if you have room, you always play one of them. It's pretty good. Play 3 of them because I'll show up with scrappers. And then double handhold. I mean, again, just a huge meta call, right? You mentioned this gives you some protection against hit stops, protections against spotlights, which is a huge one. And one of the things myself and Mr. Trey Cantrell were talking about is this is a really great asset late game because you're going to set your opponent back 3 turns when they're at that pass berry stage. So definitely like this call.
Give them trash.
Then, again, I was at first scratching my head on the finish selections here with the horse, but he was right. I mean, obviously it worked out. He said, yes, I ran this finisher package because there were stipulations in all the rounds in the top cut. So the Pop and Twist plunge seems pretty unassuming, but it's what, 3 to 5, draw 2.
Yeah.
And if your gimmick is on, +2 to grapple, and then if you have a triangle stretch on, you have another 10. I mean, solid. Thunder Driver. This was a really cool call here. I wondered why he would do this over the downriver lock, and his answer was because of the stipulations. And it gave him an 11 if his gimmick is on. I think that was a great call. And the Balloon Bender, almost no bonus on it, right, outside of stipulations. But when your gimmick is on, and if you have that triangle stretch in play, you do have 2 10s, a third 10, really. So you don't really need much more. All in all, it felt like a little bit of a shock, but we're talking about Italian Bombata, one of the best players of all time. He's obviously prepared with his deck list. He's using a very powerful competitor. I mean, not really too much of a shock. I think it was more.
I'm not sure how shocked you can be that Chris Pagillo won an event. Like that's a complete failure to understand like what has happened for the past 7 years.
Yes, I mean, I'll tell you from my perspective. John Press 1P said, "Who should I play for the Clays Cup?" I said, "You want to win? You play Mac Attack," and he buzzsawed through the field. I mean, P ends up having a better record than the winner, right? But that's how it goes. And if there's anyone who's going to knock down the player of the era, it is Mr. Chris Pagillo, Mr. Match of the Year himself. So
and this
what
is
a fantastic finals there.
And this is yet another step to the Brain Trust being Faction of the Year.
Right?
Oh, and here's another interesting thing. We glazed over this, but no summoning circle runs the SRG mom.
To
That's
turn
what you
on the
always
gimmick
run.
as soon as possible.
Yeah, you
His
turn
deck
on-
is doing that. Like, if your deck's already doing it, run what your competitor. It's not always the best move to run the Ikazo, even if you can.
No, just an interesting observation.
Yeah.
For me, it's very hard to pass up a summoning circle, but if you are able to apply pressure super fast, in this top cut environment where you're going to give yourself multiple 10s and finishers with multiple 12s, I don't want to wait for my summoning circle to fire
Yeah.
off. I want to just get to my finishing move as soon as possible and then smack you with it. And the SRG Mom definitely helps with that.
Yeah, he's got some recursion in the deck. He knows where the recursion comes from. You can control that. Summoning circle, you can't control the summoning circle.
And
So
that's probably why you're right.
Well-
Flip the Bird, iconic performance. You can get away with those cards.
Oh,
Because-
and the other thing is, if there was a cage match, Summoning Circle doesn't do anything.
Exactly.
This is true. This is true. And I've said many, many times, I hope he's listening, you could almost guess which stipulation General Manager John Calais is going to use each time because he has no clue what the new ones do. Okay, so expect the similar ones that he has foiled in his room. Anyway, you guys have a title match. That's your deck of the week. Thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye, man.
All right, folks. We'll be
Folks.
back. We'll be the
Right.
title match.
See you in a minute.
Maybe.
All right, we'll just be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tolkien Universe. I am the consigliere to SRG Field Douglas. Brian Whitford, and joining me in the commentary booth, Elder Dan. We let you in for this one.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How
Yeah.
are you?
Doing good. Enjoyed a great weekend with some good friends down south.
That's good.
The
That's
best region.
good. Dan, you know where you live, right?
Yeah, I
He
do.
just wishes he was back down here with us.
He really does.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back down in 3 weeks.
All right. Well, let's get this party started. I want to say hello to the Harm City Hitman, Andrew Mechie. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Doing well, Schmidt. Thank you for hosting.
My pleasure. Mr. Trey Cantrell, the Starbreaker, who I think I've made the best logo for so far.
Really enjoy it.
Yeah. And then introducing last, the most important one in here, Father Light. Hello, my friend.
What's up, guys?
How are
How's
you?
it going?
I'm very well. How about yourself?
I need to change my display name because that's a
That's
terrible display name.
I'll do that for you. There we go. That's not who that is.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's good. How's everybody? Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Long time no see.
I know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this going. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
One
And
fall.
it is the Triad qualifier for your Underworld title shot. Introducing first, representing the TVA. He is your BGG CAC winner, a former Triad champion, a former. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Trey Cantrell, the Starbreaker. Introducing next, representing the line. He is the aggressive, he's the assassin, he is the Harm City Hitman. Dan, would you like to do this one?
Yeah. Representing the mission, we have the leader of the mission. Playing Father Light, we have Father Light. You let us in.
Today I did, yes.
That's probably a finish right there.
That is an interesting finish name. I like that.
What's a
No. He just
No.
talked like the finish.
It was
He
it.
just
Yes.
he just predicts them like that.
It was Apocalypse.
God.
We're now in the Michigan School of Thought there, Father Light.
Father Light has run Apocalypse since Apocalypse debuted. It's a board clearing. It's just another stop. It's
All right.
fantastic.
I will ask this real quick before we get going. Dice rolls for Mr. Umechi.
On screen, if they're off, I will ask for confirmation to reroll.
Thank you. Trey,
Nice tower.
and Father Light.
And this sexy little ring right here.
Beautiful. Spectacle choices for you, Mr. Mechi.
Valiant.
Valiant. Trey,
Valiant.
Father Light.
I think I have Valiant in front of me, so we'll say Valiant.
Okay. I will mute here. If there's any questions, I will jump in. Good luck. Have fun.
Yep.
Let's dance.
Good luck, guys.
Ding, ding.
So I will target King Kong Dundee.
All right, there we go.
Was that
I
you, Trey?
will.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Trey. Yeah.
Folks,
I'm gonna target. I guess I can target
It
King
is
Kong Dundee
live.
too, right? Because that's who I'm gonna target.
Oh,
Okay.
well, because it's pointless, I'm going to target you, Father Light.
Oh, okay.
Just because.
And I'm gonna
This
put
is
I'm gonna
a
put
interesting
King Kong
matchup.
Dundee's cards underneath this beautiful red power die, and the Yetis under the grapple. Even though the Yeti's a 10 power, but
Oh.
you know they,
The Yeti is an
agility, right? It's agility
he's an
power
agility
sub,
10.
correct?
Yeah,
It
shows
is.
what I know.
Yeah.
And then
Sub
your tech grapple strikes.
Wow.
We have 3 and
What's going
3.
on,
Yeah,
Father
lots of
Light?
live
Is everything
stops
all
here.
there, Brother Dan?
I got King Kong Dundee and Father Light.
We had
so-
a
I hope
very long
Bell put
weekend.
some stops in this deck.
Okay.
A
Ready,
very
gentlemen?
good weekend as well.
Ready?
Good luck to you all.
Good luck, guys.
Let's have
Here we
fun.
go.
Good luck, guys.
Let's throw some
I'll
dice,
start off with a sub
gentlemen.
8.
Strike 8.
Agility 9.
And
Oh,
King King Kong Dundee getting the first turn.
Get some cards here.
I will
Yeah.
pass.
Father Light targeted King Kong Dundee.
Kong Dundee.
Tech 10.
Or none.
Power, and that will be a gimmick of 6.
You want to attack?
Yeah, let's do it. So
Wow.
I'll gimmick and then draw for turn. So for gimmick, I am
The
flipping
first
a
tag
grapple,
of the night.
Lightning Helix Pile Driver. Shuffled in, I will draw for gimmick and then draw for turn.
And I don't have anything to play, so I will go ahead and pass, and then it'll be your
Coaching
turn.
to Father Light. Stick to the plan. Follow up, step, finish, go home.
Gimmick,
I should go home. Right?
Again.
turn.
But yeah. Father Light can be very
Play
aggressive.
this useless arch stop against Father Light.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Wonderful.
Oh my god, I will not respond. Ow. That's phenomenal.
Or
He's
not.
everywhere and
Power
nowhere
of
at
a
the same exact
6.
time.
Oh, we rolling again. Sorry.
Gimmick.
Again, you let us in.
Gimmick
That's
on.
the power
Agility
of the
5.
mission.
Oh,
So I get the
Ooh.
turn.
Oh, so next time they
I got a gimmick.
Yep.
Gimmick.
I flip my
Once a
21
turn.
Lightning Strike. Shuffle it and draw one.
You'll have to randomly play a card from his hand.
So on my next turn, I have to play a random card. Is that
Yes, that's correct.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, I'm gonna pass.
don't all the good
It could be anything. It could be APOC. Who
Grapple
knows?
6.
Through the ring ropes. Technique 10.
Tech 7?
Father Light getting the next
Alright.
turn.
How many cards does everybody have?
I have 5.
I have 6.
All right. Hey, Trey, how about we snap headlock you?
Ooh,
Sounds good.
aggressive snap headlock. Friendly.
A friendly
Part
draw.
of me can't even be friends on a friendly draw.
Well, you had 6. He had 5. I just wanted to make it even.
Huh.
Sub a 6.
Sub of 8.
Grapple of 8.
So we bump.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, bump.
And if Mickey
not.
wins this turn,
Strike
roll.
of 5.
Oh, never mind.
Ultra late submission, ready to rumble. No effect cast.
Ooh.
It is good. What number is it though?
Ooh.
Just
Number 12.
Oh.
Ooh.
Agility 10.
Power of 7.
agility 9.
I will try follow-up submission. One other. Chauchi says go to sheep.
Is good.
Submission is +2 during my turn.
Seems good.
That is a good line.
Tech 10.
Sub 8.
Tech 7.
Oh, Father Light with the Tech 10. Praise be.
Let's see.
Trey, how about we fire one across the bow?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Gonna go searching, baby.
Follow up.
That'll be fun.
Follow up strike. Yep. All right, let's find some strikes in here.
Maybe some walk the line.
How about
Right.
elbow strikes? Oh, look, walk the line was the top deck card. Go
Ha!
figure. Go figure.
Go figure.
It's always the top card, the finish you're looking for.
Always.
Hmm. Okay. Let's get those 3 out there. Elbow strikes, walk the line, unacceptable impact.
Bam, bam, bam.
What number is unacceptable impact?
I don't know. 7.
Cool.
And we'll grab elbow strikes will go to hand, walk the line back to the top of the deck. And then unacceptable impact will go to discard.
All right. So 7 to discard. Finish the hand. Stop on top deck.
Other way.
Oh,
Stop
okay.
in hand. Finish on top.
Discard.
Really?
Hand.
Back on top.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Grapple 6.
Agility 5. Gimmick still on.
Strike 5. Does it stack?
6 gets
It does not stack.
Okay.
You won with a 6?
6.
Oh, you're welcome,
You
Trey.
won with a 6.
You're welcome,
oh
sir.
my god.
Mechie, finish sub, all subs, Frostbite.
Sub finish is good.
So we each add the top card of our deck to our hand. I get to look at your hand, choose one card, and bury it.
You see Nelock, my 27, Tiger Suplex, Daredevil Dive, the correct version, Finish Grapple, Flying Coast to Coast, Finish Strike, and number 3, Overheat.
I will get rid of your finish strike.
Wow.
Is
And then I will
discarded.
draw a card for Gimmick. It is discarded. Or bury it, bury it.
Okay.
Ooh, now that's
That is
definitely
a sub
interesting.
8, 9, 10, 11.
It's an 11.
Oh,
Seems really good.
Oh my god.
Does
they
seem
need to
pretty
tag.
good.
All right. Well,
That is a strike of 5.
that's a tech 10.
1.
Math would have worked.
1.
Yeah, right.
Strike again of 5.
Nope. Sub.
2.
Ooh.
And power.
All right. Need a power. What's your power? Is it a good 6?
6.
So yeah, mine's a 7. So we could
That'll-
win and we could get
that'll
out of
do
it. It does not do it.
Here is your
Great.
winner.
Thank
And new #1 contender for the LFF Underworld Championship with Wendigo, the Starbreaker himself, Trey Cantrell. Chauchi says you get some frostbite.
Yep.
Oh, wait. I have to pop my cannoli.
Oh my god.
Okay. Stand by.
So we get one more.
One more.
One more what?
Breakout
is
because of
rolling in
cannoli, so
breakout.
you have to roll an agility.
Oh. What's your agility?
9.
Okay, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agility 5.
Oh my god.
Never
Way to
mind.
go,
All
cannoli.
right, folks.
Let's.
I'm
I just-
reopening. I have to reopen up the betting now.
All right, boys. I just shuffled
Round
my.
leader 1, folks.
Hold on, I just shuffled my back into my deck.
Oh my god.
All right, that was on top of the deck. Cause he used rolling with cannoli or something or other.
Yeah.
That was in the deck. You know how easy it is to figure out what was. Oh, I'm not gonna show you what was in my hand. Hold on. That was in
I
play.
will,
Oh.
unless the Underworld GM wants to say otherwise.
That was in hand. That was in
Cannoli-
discard.
Cannoli doesn't. I don't believe Cannoli targets.
That was in hand.
No, it doesn't.
That was in
So
play.
once per match.
All right, folks. That was This
Oh
is my hand.
god.
5 cards in hand.
All right, I reopened it up, folks. You want to make more
That's
money?
Cannoli is not
You'll make more
targeted.
money
Okay, it's
now.
not.
That's
All right, I'm gonna shuffle this deck because I had to go back through it. So, and I didn't do anything since I last shuffled it,
Round
so
leader
that was good.
1. Well, Trey knows the line now.
All right,
No pun intended.
walk line
You
was
ready?
on top deck. Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
All right,
Eh.
all right, hand deck. Okay.
Oh wait.
Strike 7.
Jeez, agility 5.
Agility 9.
Up. Random.
Oh,
play
my
for
gimmick's
Andrew.
gonna fire. Yay!
All right. I should have arm stomp in play. Is
You
this
have
stomp?
arm stomp in hand against me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Number 3, please.
1, 2, 3 is Tiger Suplex.
Ooh.
So does that have to be played? It could be played against anybody.
Is it a
can-
leader follow up?
It's a lead.
You
so
can
I
play it against anybody.
Against
Yep.
anybody.
You're probably not the best. I'll play it against you, Fatherlight.
Okay. Okay, seems fine.
So I will just shuffle my deck.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was halfway to get another beer, guys. I didn't know we were still playing.
I usually don't play with that entrance. That's why.
Hey, great choice though.
Grapple of an 8.
Tech of 5.
Gimmicks off. Sub of 6.
Grapple 8 gets it.
He gets it.
Um,
Grapple 8.
Is there anything in your discard, Fatherlight, other than
Yes.
number 7?
Oh no, that's it.
Okay. So I'll try the correct version of Daredevil Dive.
Okay.
That's me throwing my dollar.
That's not very polite.
You see Lucky Guitar Strike, Apocalypse, oh boy, number 20 and number 25. That was terrible.
Seems all right. Seems all right for
Uh,
us.
It does seem okay. So I'm gonna bring the 2 stops back.
Okay.
Oh, not
And
APOC.
that'll be it.
For that APOC spam, that Michigan style
no.
gameplay.
Grapple 9.
Power of a 6.
So me and Fatherlight will bump.
Yep, Fatherlight, bump.
And I'll gimmick.
Okay.
I flip a finish sub, only sub, shuffle.
Yeah.
Agility 5.
Strike 7.
It's you.
So the next time Meki wins the turn, he has to randomly play.
I'm gonna discard that you're not ready and try late grapple call to the crowd.
That's good.
That's on. Listen,
I'll add back the finish sub for this. Like,
finish sub back to hand. Here we go. Trey knows the way.
Oh geez, agility 5.
Apple 6.
Tech 7, does that get it?
Gets it.
Technique
Damn, I
7
got
gets
fire on
it.
Random play.
Yep.
Does it fire now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Fire this
2,
turn.
3, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I shall discard. That would be good. That's fine. That's fine. Guess we'll get rid. Yikes, that's a bummer. Discard. Going over the pineapple. You'll have 10 cards.
I'll do number 4.
You picked my 19, so we will both add the bottom card of our deck.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's kind of good.
I appreciate
Well,
that.
I guess we look at it and then I choose.
Oh, you choose? Do I get to choose too?
We'll see. If the triad match, you may also add these cards to each player's hands. Is that my choice then?
So they go to So they initially would go to discard pile.
Uh-huh.
But with the triad match, you go to your hand, so you would see it as if it's discard pile.
Does he get to choose but for both of us, or do we get to choose each? Like I get to choose.
He
mine,
chooses for both.
He chooses for both.
For both, yes.
It was my finished grapple.
We're leaving it in discard.
You sure?
Ride the lightning.
I think so.
No.
I'm not gonna play on you. You don't have any cards in play against you.
Walk the line. Ride the
but
lightning.
it's better
and
than my
discard
11.
pile.
Strike of 8.
Sub of 8.
Ooh.
That is a cocked
That's
die.
cocked.
It is
If
very
you agree.
cocked.
Yeah, that's Baycocked.
Would have been a sub 10. That is a power of a 6, but gimmick.
Gimmick. All right, so Trey, you and I a bumperoonie.
Bump again.
Bump
It's
again.
a finish strike.
Oh,
And
Trey, pull it out again. Crown meter 1.
we'll put, I guess we're going to use that one to shuffle and draw.
Well, the only two people that have.
Finish sub for hand size.
what do you have in play
Ooh.
against me, Trey?
Call to the crowd, my number 8.
That's right.
Rolled an agility 10.
I rolled a technique of 10.
Bump again.
Ooh,
again.
bump on
Again.
10s.
Another bump.
I needed a card, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. I will discard overheat for hand
Little
size.
As our good boy
Little bump.
would say.
That. Oh my
Strike
God.
7.
Grapple of 9.
All right, Fatherlight gets a turn after
1,
a couple
2,
of bumps.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 cards in hand. Finish strike, walk the line.
Ooh,
Walk the line, Trey.
Cosmic Need the Ropes. We'll both draw a card.
ooh.
Okay.
Let me draw. All right, here we go. Sub finish on deck for Trey.
Agility
Strike.
10.
No, he
Strike eight.
discarded it
Strike
for
of
hand size.
5.
You want to tag?
I think I do.
Bing!
I got a discard down for hand size.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 in hand.
I
Do I have to
don't
play
know
first
if that
because
was
I
a
rolled
good
the 8 is what it was?
tag.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll get rid of leg scissors sweep.
All right.
Yeah.
Trey, Face me and fight, lead strike.
Ooh.
Number 10.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Walk the line, top of deck.
Yep.
I'll pass Barry, Lucky Guitar Strike.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Strike 7.
Strike of 5.
Sub 6.
Wow.
My God.
I will get rid of American Dragon Drop. And I will try finish strike, no strikes. By the way.
Finish strike.
No
No
strikes.
strikes. These let me read all these spectacles I got in front of me. On my turn. No. No. Nope, I don't think that's gonna work because I think I have. You got like 10 cards in hand. 9.
I do.
Yeah, I have 9 cards. All right, yeah, sure. It's gonna hit unless Andrew wants to save me.
What are the bonuses?
+4 to my technique. I put 1 card from my discard pile into play.
That's
What's your
fine.
technique at 6?
My technique is a 5.
Oh,
So
5.
5,
Okay.
9,
So
10.
One
Well, 10.
11 and 2 10s. Got it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't know. BTE lost their
And-
title like this.
So I'm going to put my finished submission into play.
Oh, that seems good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is a strike 7 to an 8. It doesn't hit any
It's
bonus.
an 8.
All
Oh,
right, 7 to an
man.
8. Here we go. That's a sub 6.
Nope.
1.
Oh.
It's a power 7.
Oh God.
Nope.
2.
Oh
One
God.
more shot here. Sub 6.
Oh no.
Oh boy. That was no good. That is it.
That's it.
Okay.
Dang,
Y'all
dang,
make
dang.
double your money.
Grab
Good
me
game,
1 8.
guys.
Good game.
Here's your
Good
winner
game.
and no cannoli, right? We're good.
No cannoli.
No cannoli.
No cannolis.
Oh, I'm
Here's
gonna
your winner.
I'm gonna copy his tank, and we're gonna use that again.
Oh my.
Griff has tank on his desk, confirmed. That's not Griff though. Anyway, your winner and new number 1 contender for the LFF Underworld Championship, Mr. Trey Cantrell with Wendigo. Congratulations, my friend. Folks, you won
Thank
double
you.
the money on this match.
You won twice, man.
Yeah, right? Phenomenal. All right.
Just really needed that 8 to win.
Yeah, it's a great 8.
That's it.
Yeah.
Eights are so hard to break out of.
Screw the 12. Need an 8.
Yeah,
I
Andrew,
get-
I helped.
yeah,
I helped
no.
you break out of that. Where were you at, man?
Well, it was an 8. I figured you didn't. Your father led. I didn't think you needed the help.
I mean, with all the agilities he rolled, I mean, I think you should have known he was going to need the help.
Yeah, that's rough. 6, 7, 6. Couldn't roll an 8.
Jeez. All right. That's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Expanding Universe, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can I get a bye, man?
Bye,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Bye, man.
And we're off there.